I'm here with my first haul video. I'm just gonna go over, not really a haul, I guess. It's more so of like just November favorites and like hits and misses from what I've bought over, well, this past month and end of October. So I did like a mini haul at Ulta because I wanted to do a drugstore makeup tutorial, which did not pan out well, so I'm not even gonna post it. But I will tell you what I loved from what I tried from drugstore and what I hated, okay? So first, let's go through what I loved. And the first eyebrow pencil that I've tried from the drugstore recently was the L'Oreal Paris Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Dark Brunette. So this reminds me of almost like the Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, just because you have that spoolie brush on the other end and it's a fine tip. I used it today and it works really, really well. It gives you like really fine strokes, which is fantastic. And this thing only cost me about like $11, but it was buy one, get one 50% off at Ulta. So I was able to get this eyeliner. So I bought this eyeliner. It's a 24-hour L'Oreal Infallible liner in Espresso. So my purpose of me buying this was to be like my dip brow, kind of like how MAC has that dip brow, or even Anastasia and even Benefit now. So this thing, when I tell you, in conjunction with that pencil, this thing is like awesome. I've been using it ever since I bought it. Look, it's all used up. Even on my clients, I've used it. It lasts all day. And this thing is like $9, I think. $9 or $10. But can you imagine, like, you're only spending, for two products, what did I spend? Like $20? Like, that's amazing. Especially comparable to just like one, let's say, Benefit Cabral is like $24 or something. Like, that's a really good deal, especially for great quality. And another drugstore item that I bought that I loved was the NYX Dream Catcher palette. Now, I can't remember exactly how much this one cost, but I just know it has to be affordable because it's NYX. But look at these shades. They're so pretty. What I love most about them is that they're really soft to the touch, but they're super pigmented. Like, it's well worth the money. Even this rose gold color, I use this one for work, and it's so pretty. That's not even going to do it justice, to be honest. You got to see it on, and the colors, they blend really well. They're not super muddy. Another product that I had purchased recently from the drugstore or Ulta, that's the drugstore, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. So this foundation I heard a lot about through YouTube. And I was so excited to see like women of color shades because they haven't had darker, deeper, I'm not darker, but deeper shades like for months, I feel like, in my area. So it was kind of hard for me to be able to try this foundation that I hear so much great things about. So when I first tried it, I tried it by itself. And that coverage, it was not enough coverage. I have darkness around my mouth, and so it's hard for me to build that coverage with this foundation. It says that it's buildable, but I don't see it being buildable. It's definitely medium, more to sheer type of foundation. So if you don't need coverage, this would not be your friend, you know? So I'll just show you the consistency of it. So it's very watery. It reminds me of the Becca Aqua Luminous foundation. Look. It's super watery. It's not thick in the texture. The shade is nice. That's one thing that I do like about this foundation, is that the shades are really, really great. So I did use this foundation today though, but I mixed it with the NARS Sheer Glow. So these two together, I got really great coverage and it looks really, really pretty. As you can see, it looks like skin, which is great. And that's what I do like about it. I don't like the consistency because it's not thick enough to cover, but I like the texture because it gives you more of like a natural radiant glow. So I do give him that. The color is great and the texture of the foundation is great too. Okay? And again, gives you more sheer to medium coverage. So next, let me see if I have anything drugstore left. I do. Next, we're going to talk about the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. As you can see, I got all these L'Oreal products because it was on sale at Ulta the week that I purchased. And this is the Magic Lumi. It's a highlighter. So I think of like the highlighter pens that MAC has, even Sephora has some, YSL. A lot of the top brands, they have these highlighter pens that will help you get like that sheer highlighted look on top of your concealer. So I tried to do the same thing with this pen. Did not work. Maybe I should get a deeper, color. The color I got was medium. I usually use a medium type of color to highlight because I don't really like the peachier, darker, tones because they don't give me that brighter look. I like my highlight to be really highlighted, but take a look. So the texture of it, it's okay, but it goes on. It doesn't look bad on my hand, but when I'm telling you, under my eye, I don't know if it's something, I feel like it's something like iridescent to this product that gives you like a lot of shimmery, but the shimmer isn't like a good highlight type of glow. It's more of like a textured shimmer, like the chunky type of, shimmers. And I just did not care for it under the eye. You could see all my wrinkles. It did not work out well. Did not work out well. All right, so that's pretty much it from the drugstore side of my haul. Again, I'll do a recap. Magic Lumi, that was a total miss. A couple products that I loved was L'Oreal products for brows. Fantastic. And now let's talk about some more like higher end brands, okay? First palette I'm going to talk about in this section is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never purchased a Naked palette. I've always used them at work. My sister has it. I've never felt that need that I need a Naked palette. I have tons of MAC and, Anastasia Beverly Hills, all the other Urban Decay palettes, but never the Naked palette. Like I've purchased Vice and, all of those, but never really a Naked palette. Never had one. Just never felt the desire to. But until this one came out, it's a palette of mattes. The mirror is beautiful. It comes with a beautiful brush too, but I have it somewhere else. And I love the case. It's so pretty. Now the texture of this palette, it's all mattes. They are really pigmented. As you can see, this shadow down here called Extra Bitter, it's like a red rustic brown. But this has been like my go-to transition color since I had gotten this palette. Look how beautiful. Like, I'm telling you, in your crease, just to warm it up, it looks so good. Didn't use it today, but usually every day that's what I use. And even all these shades up here, all of them right here. I have a friend, she's like looking at this palette, she was like, they're too light for me, for us brown skin girls. But no, I'm telling you, these shades work out fabulous on the lid, especially if you use some of these colors in the crease, the darker shades. I haven't used this gray yet, but it's so pretty. That's on my list. I'll probably use it tomorrow. We'll see. But I've used all these plums and purples. So beautiful. Color payoff, way worth it. I feel like this is definitely a must-have, especially if you don't really have any matte shadow palettes. I feel like you need this. It's a really good product. All right, and then next palette, it's on like my favorite list for November, would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. This palette is like the holy grail palette right now. So hot right now. It's well worth it. I purchased this actually when it first came out. I feel like a couple months ago. This palette is so pretty. Look at all these tones. They're so pretty and trendy right now. There's a lot of warm tones happening. Couple of cooler tones, which I like. But the color payoff on this palette is phenomenal. The texture of it, it's not too buttery. Unlike the Mario palette, I'm just going to tell you briefly my dealings with the Mario palette. So I went to Sephora and I was looking at the Mario palette. I actually did purchase one, but I ended up I just did not want it after I bought it because it's too buttery of a texture, so soft that all the colors, they blend together, which sounds great, right? But they turn into mud. Like seriously, no joke. Turn into mud on the lid. And I just did not like it. I was really disappointed because I was so excited because I follow Mario on Snapchat, Instagram. Like he is like definitely one of my role models for, or makeup artists. I love him. But that palette did not pan out well for me. I just did not care for it. Back to Modern Renaissance though. I actually used this today for my look. I love these darker pinks and reds. It's very rare that you can find a palette that has all of these shades together in one. And these shades, they complement any skin tone. I can use it from the fairest girl to the darkest girl. They complement everybody. So I feel like this is definitely like a must-have palette for people right now. Okay? So this Urban Decay Moondust palette, oh my gosh. If you love glitter and you're part drag queen like myself, then you definitely need to have this palette in your life. I don't work for Urban Decay. None of these brands send me stuff. I pay for it with my own money. This palette right here, I'm telling you, this is babe. Okay, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. This is what I used on my lid for my glitters. All this Urban Decay and a little bit of Anastasia from the Modern Renaissance palette. When I tell you, it took me everything not to try to wear this on my wedding. Okay? Beautiful. Let's do, that one was Element. This one's Magnetic. Like, I could just literally bathe in this palette with all these glitters. This one is the green. It's called Light Year. So what's great about Urban Decay and all their glitters, it just seems like they layer them with different types of glitters. If that makes any sense. Like they use like, especially with Element, you can see different colors in there. So I feel like they use like a gold, like a peach tone, pink, orange. Like they layer so many different colors within this. It's beautiful. And what's great too is that you can layer these glitters on top of another glitter. Let's say I used Element on my hand, right here. So I'm going to put, let's see, something that's going to complement. Lithium, this cool tone brown. I'm going to put that right on top. And it changes it into a whole nother color. There's still lightweight that you can literally layer it with another one. Put a little bit on your lip. I've done that before with even Element. I had a really, really deep burgundy lip. And I put Element right in the center. And it looks like a glittery bitten apple. Like it looks so pretty and almost like a wet glitter. So gorgeous. I feel like if you love glitter, anything shimmery, you need this. Because it's like the perfect amount of shimmer. Okay? Gloss. I have it on right now, this one. This one's called Peekaboo Pink. Their lip glosses, they smell good. They smell like vanilla. And also they go on and they're not sticky. They're not heavy. So I feel like they work well, especially when I'm doing like bridal makeup. They're not like a sticky gloss. So when you're having a bride and she goes in for the kiss, it's not going to be like gloss everywhere that's sticky and grossing out her man. But that's just my little spiel on these glosses. I love them. And what else did I purchase? All right, and the last item that's on my list are these Vegas Nay lashes that I'm wearing right now. They're called Shining Star. So I usually use the more glammed up lashes from Vegas Nay. They're in the blue pack. Forgot the name of them. But I went in and they were sold out of my favorites. So I bought the Shining Star lashes. When I tell you, I was like pleasantly surprised because in the package, they look like regular lashes. I'm just like not wowed by them. I like the thicker lash. But when I put them on, you can really still see like my makeup, which I love. Wasn't like a fan of lashes covering my makeup. They were nice and wispy. And also too, they're not too long, but they're like long enough to give me that glam look. I'm really impressed by how the band is made because the band is not super thin or super thick. It's like a perfect amount of width to it that I can really just pop the lash on in no time. And also too, another pair of lashes I really love are Huda Beauty lashes, but they're expensive. They're like $20 at Sephora, or even online they're like even higher, like almost $40. So the fact that I can get Vegas Nay lashes from Ulta, which is like around the corner from my house, for $7.99, I'm all for it. So these are like my babies now. I love these. What's great too is that she even has little directions on the side. It even comes with glue. So you're all set, especially if you're a beginner. These are easy lashes to get that glammed up, Instagram look. All right. And also too, I'll put my hair a part of this haul video too. This wig I purchased from the beauty supply store, and it's called Evlyn. It's in the shade of rose gold pink, and I love it. I ended up just tweezing the part and then adding a little bit of my matte concealer. Let me see if I have it around here. I don't think I do. It's NC45, the Studio Finish concealer, the one that's in the little pot. So I just use a little bit in the part just to make it look like skin tone color, and I love it. That's what I've been doing with most of my wigs. You just tweeze them, put a little bit of concealer in them, and they're good. All right. Also too, if you want to see the tutorial for this makeup look, that is coming soon. I'm just gotta finish editing it. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on my channel, and also follow me on Instagram at PrettyFaceAsh. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Hey, I'm so emotional, I love my clock. Chance rules everything around me, so what's realer? About the thriller, call me a ghost face killer.